The mountain cemetery lay shrouded in morning mist, its silence broken only by the distant cry of crows. Luxury black vehicles lined the narrow road like a funeral procession frozen in time. Executives stood in rigid rows, their breath visible in the cold autumn air. Lee Do-hwan arrived late, his charcoal suit cut sharply against the gray morning. His leather gloves gripped the car door as he stepped out. He had come to bury his secretary, the woman who had worked beside him for 7 years before vanishing without a word. As the memorial photograph was placed beside the white coffin, his eyes found something impossible. Around her neck, she wore a silver necklace, the same necklace he had given away years ago, to the woman he had loved, the woman everyone told him had died. His breathing stopped. Someone had lied to him for years. Please like, share, and subscribe. The executive floor of Hwan Corporation occupied the 63rd level of Seoul's most prestigious tower. Lee Do-hwan stood at the floor-to-ceiling windows, watching the city pulse beneath him. His phoenix tattoo caught the fluorescent light as he adjusted his watch. Behind him, her desk sat empty. Zuri Minsa had not come to work. Not today. Not yesterday. Not the day before. His assistant director knocked twice before entering. Chairman, Miss Minsa has not responded to any contact attempts. Do-hwan did not turn around. Send someone to her residence. We already did, sir. Silence. The apartment is empty. Her personal belongings are gone. For 7 years, Zuri Minsa had been the constant beside him. She arrived before he did. She left after he did. She anticipated his needs before he spoke them. She never asked for recognition. She never asked for anything. And now she was gone. Do-hwan finally turned. His cold eyes swept across her abandoned desk. Her files remained perfectly organized. Her nameplate still gleamed under the lights. But her presence had vanished completely. He walked slowly toward her workspace. His gloved hand touched the edge of her chair. Still, controlled. His phoenix tattoo remained visible as his fingers lingered on the leather. Find her. 2 days passed. No trace. No sightings. No explanations. On the third morning, Do-hwan received a phone call. The voice on the other end belonged to Detective Kong Min-soo, a senior investigator he had worked with on corporate security matters. Chairman Lee. Detective. I'm calling about Zuri Minsa. Do-hwan's grip tightened on his phone. His wrist tattoo shifted beneath the sleeve of his suit. You found her. A pause. We found a body. The world stopped. She was discovered at the base of Buchan Mountain. Initial investigation suggests she fell during a hiking accident. Do-hwan could not speak. We need you to identify the remains. The morgue was cold, clinical, stripped of all human warmth. Do-hwan stood before the viewing window, his reflection ghostly against the glass. His phoenix tattoo pulsed beneath his cufflinks as he clenched his fists. A white sheet covered the body. When they pulled it back, he saw her face. Peaceful, still, as if she had simply fallen asleep and forgotten to wake. Is this Zuri Minsa, your employee? Do-hwan's voice came out hollow. Yes. He turned away. His eyes burned, but no tears fell. He had forgotten how to cry years ago. The funeral was held 3 days later. Do-hwan insisted on covering all expenses. No family had come forward. No next of kin had been located. She had died alone, just as she had lived alone. The mountain cemetery was chosen for its quiet beauty. White chrysanthemums surrounded the coffin. Executives from Hwan Corporation stood in perfect rows. Some had barely known her name. Others had never spoken to her at all. But they came, because the chairman came. Do-hwan arrived last. His car door opened. His leather shoes touched the gravel path. His charcoal suit absorbed the morning mist. His phoenix tattoo caught the gray light as he walked toward the coffin. The memorial service began. A priest spoke words of comfort. Colleagues offered brief, awkward eulogies. Do-hwan stood at the back, his expression carved from stone. Then they placed the memorial photograph beside the coffin. A single image of Zuri Minsa, taken years ago. Her warm eyes smiled softly at the camera. Her natural elegance radiated even from the frame. And around her neck, Do-hwan's breath caught. A silver necklace. Delicate. Unmistakable. a crescent moon pendant with a single embedded diamond. He had commissioned that necklace 11 years ago. He had given it to the only woman he had ever loved. Her name was Adwoa. She had died in a car accident. Everyone told him she had died. Her body was never recovered. He had mourned her for 3 years before finally accepting that she was gone. But now he was staring at that same necklace, around the neck of his secretary, a woman who had worked beside him for 7 years, a woman he had never truly looked at. His hands trembled. His phoenix tattoo burned beneath his glove as he gripped the frame. This is impossible. After the funeral, Do-hwan did not return to the office. He went to her apartment instead. The building manager let him inside. The space was modest. Simple furniture, minimal decorations, nothing that revealed who she truly was. But then he opened her closet. Behind the work clothes, hidden in a locked box, he found something that shattered him. Old photographs. Photographs of him. Photographs of them. Together. 11 years ago. In one image, he was laughing. Actually laughing. His arm was wrapped around a woman with warm, expressive eyes and natural elegance. Adwoa. But the face in the photograph was the same face he had just buried. His legs gave out. He collapsed against the wall, the photographs scattering around him. His phoenix tattoo pressed against his forehead as he buried his face in his hands. Zuri. The name tasted different now, because it wasn't her real name. It never had been. Do-hwan hired a private investigator the next morning, a woman named Park Soo-yeon, known for her discretion and her ability to uncover what others wanted buried. They met in his private office. His phoenix tattoo was visible as he placed the photographs on his desk. I need to know everything about this woman. Soo-yeon examined the images. She looks identical to your late secretary. She's my late secretary. Then who did you bury? Do-hwan's jaw tightened. That's what I'm paying you to find out. 3 days later, Soo-yeon returned. She carried a sealed box. I found this hidden in a storage unit registered under a false name. The name on the rental agreement was Adwoa Mensa. Do-hwan opened the box. Inside were journals. Dozens of them. Handwritten. Dated across the past 7 years. He opened the first one. The handwriting was elegant. Familiar. Asterisk, today marks 1 year since I started working beside him. He still doesn't recognize me. I'm not sure if that breaks my heart or protects it. Asterisk. He turned the pages. Asterisk, he smiled today. A real smile. It lasted only a second, but I felt like I was seeing the man I fell in love with 11 years ago. I wanted to tell him everything, but I can't. The people who try to kill us are still watching. Asterisk. Do-hwan's blood ran cold. Try to kill us. The original accident happened 11 years ago. Do-hwan remembered it vividly. He and Adwoa had been driving back from his family's estate in the countryside. A truck had swerved into their lane. The collision sent their car over the mountainside. He survived with minor injuries. She was thrown from the vehicle. Her body was never recovered. He had spent 3 years searching, 3 years hoping, 3 years destroying himself with grief. Eventually, his family convinced him to move on. His father insisted that mourning would weaken him, that a chairman could not afford to be broken. So he buried his heart and became the man everyone expected him to be. But now he was reading journals that told a different story. Asterisk. I woke up in a rural hospital 2 months after the crash. I didn't know my own name. The nurses called me the woman from the mountain. When my memories finally started returning, I realized the accident wasn't an accident. Someone had arranged it. Someone who wanted Do-hwan's family to lose control of the company. I couldn't go back to him. Not until I understood who was trying to destroy us. Asterisk. As Do-hwan read deeper into the journals, the truth became clearer. Adwoa had survived. She had spent 2 years recovering from her injuries and rebuilding fragments of her memory. When she finally understood what had happened, she made a decision. Rather than return to him and risk igniting the conflict that had nearly killed them both, she created a new identity. Zuri Mensa, a Ghanaian name that honored her mother's heritage. A fresh start that allowed her to remain close to him. She applied to Hwan Corporation. She passed every interview. She became his secretary. And for 7 years, she protected him from the shadows. Asterisk. He doesn't see me anymore. Not the way he used to. I've become invisible to him. Just another assistant, another face in the background. But that's safer. For both of us. As long as I stay invisible, the people who wanted us dead will never suspect that I survived. Asterisk. Do-hwan closed the journal. His hands were shaking. His phoenix tattoo trembled beneath his cuff as he pressed his palms against the desk. She had been there. Every day. For 7 years. Loving him. Protecting him. And he had never seen her. The investigation led Do-hwan to a name he had not expected. Kong Jun-seo, vice chairman of Hwan Corporation. His father's protege. His supposed ally. Jun-seo was everything Do-hwan was not. Charismatic. Openly ambitious. Quick to smile. Quicker to scheme. And according to the journals, Jun-seo had been watching Zuri Minsa for years. Asterisk. Jun-seo asked me to dinner again today. He's persistent. Too persistent. I declined, as I always do. But there's something in his eyes when he looks at me. Something that tells me he knows more than he reveals. Asterisk. Do-hwan found Jun-seo in the executive lounge. The vice chairman was pouring himself a glass of whiskey, his confidence radiating like a second skin. Do-hwan, I was wondering when you'd come. You knew her. Jun-seo smiled. Everyone knew her. She was your secretary. That's not what I mean. Do-hwan stepped closer. His phoenix tattoo was visible as he gripped the edge of the bar. You knew who she really was. Jun-seo's smile faltered. Just for a moment. I don't know what you're talking about. Adwoa Minsa, the woman I was going to marry. The woman who supposedly died 11 years ago. You knew she was alive. Silence. Jun-seo set down his glass. You're grieving, Do-hwan. Grief makes people see connections that don't exist. Then explain why your signature appears on the insurance claim filed after her accident. The accident you reported to police before it even happened. Jun-seo's composure cracked. You've been digging. I've been uncovering what you buried. Do-hwan produced a document from his coat. His phoenix tattoo caught the light as he unfolded the paper. 11 years ago, my father was negotiating a merger that would have given our family controlling interest in 3 major shipping routes. The deal depended on my marriage to Adwoa, whose family held the coastal contracts. Ancient history. History you tried to erase. Do-hwan's voice dropped to ice. You arranged the accident because you wanted those contracts for yourself. You wanted me weakened by grief so you could manipulate my father into redirecting the merger. And when Adwoa survived, you kept her hidden because a dead woman was more useful than a living witness. Jun-seo laughed, but it was hollow, desperate. You can't prove any of this. I don't have to. She already did. Do-hwan placed a second document on the bar. Before she disappeared, Zuri, Adwoa, submitted a sealed testimony to 3 separate legal authorities. Everything she uncovered, everything she witnessed, every connection she traced back to you. Jun-seo's face went pale. She wouldn't. She spent 7 years building a case against you. And when she realized you were getting close to discovering her identity, she vanished. Not because she was running from you, because she was protecting the evidence until it was safe to release. Within 48 hours, Jun-seo was taken into custody. The charges included conspiracy to commit murder, fraud, corporate manipulation, and obstruction of justice. Do-hwan watched from his office window as police vehicles surrounded the building. His phoenix tattoo was visible as he pressed his hand against the glass. Justice had come, but it felt hollow because Zuri was still gone, and he still didn't know if she had truly died on that mountain or if the woman in that coffin was someone else entirely. 1 week after Jun-seo's arrest, Do-hwan received a phone call. The number was unlisted. The voice on the other end made his heart stop. Do-hwan. Soft. Warm. Familiar. Adwoa. I'm alive. I've been in witness protection since before the funeral. The woman they buried was a Jane Doe who matched my description. Someone Jun-seo's people had prepared as a decoy in case I ever tried to surface. When I realized they were closing in, I worked with investigators to stage my own death. It was the only way to protect the case. Do-hwan couldn't speak. His throat had closed. His eyes burned with tears he hadn't shed in over a decade. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you. I wanted to. Every single day I wanted to, but if you had known, they would have used you to find me. And I couldn't let them hurt you again. Where are you? I'm coming home. They met at sunrise. A quiet beach south of Busan. The same beach where they had first said they loved each other 11 years ago. Do-won arrived first. He stood at the water's edge, his charcoal coat rippling in the wind. His phoenix tattoo was visible as he removed his gloves for the first time in years. Then he heard footsteps behind him. He turned. She was there. Zuri. Adwoa. The woman he had mourned. The woman who had worked beside him every day. The woman he had never truly seen. Her warm, expressive eyes met his. Her graceful posture remained steady despite the emotion trembling between them. Neither spoke. They simply stood there. Two people who had lost everything. Two people who had found each other again. Then he moved. One step. Two. His hands reached for her face. His phoenix tattoo pressed gently against her cheek as he cradled her like something precious. Something sacred. I'm sorry. His voice broke. I'm so sorry I didn't see you. I'm sorry I made you invisible. I'm sorry I let you carry this alone for 7 years. Tears streamed down her face. You didn't know. I should have known. You were right there. Every day. Loving me. Protecting me. And I was too blind to see. She pressed her hand over his. You're seeing me now. The sunrise painted the sky in gold and rose. Waves whispered against the shore. Do-won leaned his forehead against hers. I never stopped loving you. Even when I thought you were gone. Even when I convinced myself to move on. Part of me always knew. Adwoa smiled through her tears. I know. I saw it. Every time you looked at your phoenix tattoo. Every time you touched the spot where you used to wear my ring. Every time you paused before signing your name. Because it used to be our name. He pulled her closer. His arms wrapped around her like he was afraid she would vanish again. And then, slowly, gently, he kissed her. It was not a kiss of passion. It was a kiss of homecoming, of healing, of years of silence finally breaking open. The world faded. The sun rose higher. And two people who had been broken by time finally began to mend. Jun Seo's trial became a national sensation. Evidence of his conspiracy filled courtroom records. Corporate executives who had aided his schemes were arrested one by one. Do-won testified. His phoenix tattoo was visible as he gripped the witness stand. This man took 11 years from me. He stole the woman I loved. He manipulated my grief into a weapon. And he built his career on the destruction of everything I cared about. The verdict was unanimous. Guilty on all counts. Do-won held a press conference after the trial. Cameras flashed. Reporters shouted questions. But he only wanted to say one thing. For 7 years, a woman worked beside me every day. She organized my life. She anticipated my needs. She carried burdens I never knew existed. And I never once truly saw her. His voice wavered. Her name was Adwoa Mensah. And she gave up everything, her identity, her freedom, her chance at a normal life, to protect me from forces I didn't even know existed. He paused. His phoenix tattoo caught the camera lights as he gripped the podium. I failed her. I was so consumed by my own grief, my own ambition, my own need to be strong, that I forgot what strength actually looks like. It looks like sacrifice. It looks like patience. It looks like loving someone even when they don't see you. He looked directly into the camera. Adwoa, if you're watching, I see you now, and I will spend the rest of my life making sure you never feel invisible again. Spring arrived. Seoul's cherry trees burst into bloom. Pink petals danced on the breeze like whispered promises. Do-won and Adwoa walked through a private garden on the outskirts of the city. Their closest friends and family had gathered at a distance, watching quietly. He stopped beneath the largest tree. His phoenix tattoo was visible as he reached into his coat pocket. I had this ring made 11 years ago. I was going to give it to you the night of the accident. He opened the velvet box. Inside was a simple band of white gold, engraved with a crescent moon, a match to her necklace. Adwoa's breath caught. I thought I lost you. I mourned you. I convinced myself that love, like ours, only existed in memories. He took her hand. His voice trembled. But you were there, the whole time, loving me when I didn't deserve it, protecting me when I didn't know I needed protection, waiting for me to finally see what was right in front of me. He knelt. Adwoa Minsa, Zuri, the woman who loved me in silence, the woman who saved me without ever asking to be saved. His phoenix tattoo pressed against her hand as he looked up at her. Will you let me spend the rest of my life learning how to love you the way you deserve? Tears streamed down her face. She nodded. Yes. The garden erupted in quiet applause. Cherry blossoms fell around them like a blessing. 2 months later, Du-hwan stepped down as chairman. He appointed a trusted successor, one who had been vetted thoroughly and had no connection to Jun Seo's conspiracy. He left the boardroom early for the first time in his career. Adwoa was waiting for him outside, dressed in a simple white dress that caught the afternoon light. Her warm, expressive eyes sparkled with quiet joy. He took her hand. His phoenix tattoo rested gently against her palm. Where do we go now? She asked. Anywhere you want. She smiled. Let's go home. They settled in a coastal village south of Busan, the same village where they had first fallen in love a lifetime ago. Their home was small, simple, filled with light and warmth and the sound of the sea. Every morning, Du-hwan made her coffee. Every evening, they walked along the shore. Every night, he traced the crescent moon on her necklace and whispered thank you. His phoenix tattoo faded slightly in the sun, but it never disappeared, because some marks are meant to last. And love, true love, never vanishes. It only waits, patient, invisible, until the day you finally learn how to see it. Asterisk if this story moved you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment telling us which moment touched your heart most. And stay tuned for more Afro-Korean dark romance stories, where love crosses continents, breaks through silence, and always finds its way home. Asterisk.